A squat, dull town sits amid the hills and ridges of the Sword Coast. Dulford, the dullest town this side of Waterdeep. Black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway that leads down, winding through the hills into the town. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist that hangs over the area.
Beautiful.
I know, what a choice of words. Amazing. Welcome to Dice Paper Roll, Curse of Strahd.
I can see the font already.
Yeah. Will you draw it though?
No. Probably.
Thundercrack.
At the edge of the town, a single light beams out into the darkness from the tavern. It glistens on the cobblestone pavement, and street lanterns dance across the slick stones. The fog that surrounds the town chills the bones and shivers the soul of anyone outside.
Fuck, is your soul cold? My soul is fucking freezing.
I
That
felt
fog.
Chill to the bone.
I felt that way too.
Chill to the bone, but like deeper, like to my soul, you know?
An eerie wind blows across the hills, carrying with it the stench of the grave.
Stenchy.
Excuse me.
Over the hills approaches a figure.
Five-foot tall. Giacomo stands and strides. Well, he doesn't stand and stride. He strides along the crest of a hilltop. He's in peasant's clothes. There are pie stains on his trousers, but he's a handsome half-elf. He's quite old, though. He's a bit of a silver fox. And
Where does Giacomo hail from?
Yep.
What's this?
The locality of Yep.
It's not written on my shit yet.
The great town of Yep.
Yeah. I think it's Yep.
Yep. Deep in the hills of about over there. Somewhere over there. Along 3 and a bit days drive.
And what brings him from Yep?
Oh, he's here to find his nemesis.
As he traipses down the road, another figure emerges from the mist to the east.
Dr. Bertrand von Such sits within his carriage, horse-drawn, 2 white ponies at the front, and in this large kind of regal chariot. Carriage. That's what I said.
A chariot? Does he have like a butler at
I
the
also
front
have a chariot,
with
though.
He has there's a very old man with wispy white hair in a little leather waistcoat that strikes at the ponies at regular intervals to keep their speed. And Dr. Bertrand von Such sits in his carriage, wearing a long black cloak, a large stovepipe hat sits upon his head, and spectacles that seem to reflect all light. It's as if his eyes are just completely white.
Mr. Such and Such, are you happy with where we're going?
That's Dr. Such and Such, you twit.
It's Such and Such. Thank you. Yes, it's quite good. Jerry, you just continue on to this town that we are about to head into of Dulford. It's a cold night, isn't it, Jerry?
Franklin, actually.
Oh, Franklin, sorry, I forgot. You all seem the same to me.
We are. It's very chilly. It feels as if my soul is quaking in its bones.
My nips as hard as diamonds.
Won't be much longer.
Cut my glass.
Wait, who the fuck was that? I only had 2 drivers. Stop the coach!
We're just villagers on the side of the road.
You weren't meant to stop for me.
The carriage trundles into Dulford, guided by your two butlers,
We're actually-
and
Franklin.
Franklin.
We're actually they're actually Siamese twins. Wait, conjoined twins. You're not meant to.
Oh shit!
Yes, Jerry and Franklin. Thank you for. Please grab my bags as I find the nearest place of inn, whatever it is.
And as Dr. Such and Such steps down from the carriage onto the cobblestones, the mist swirling in a line where the carriage has galloped through into the town, another squat figure
Emerges from the sea.
That was quite some time ago, but yes.
Now you emerge from one of the
Emerged-
black pools.
I mean, not
Emerged-
immediately, but yes. Emerges from a pothole in the road.
Emerges from a sea, which upon closer inspection is a puddle. A small figure of an orange hue, about 4.5 foot tall, and also 4.5 foot wide, clambers out of a puddle towards.
Would we say scuttled?
I would say scuttled, and is the moon out?
Yeah, it's a very thin sliver.
Yeah, okay.
Just before a new moon.
Yeah, okay. So the you can see the moon glistening on what appears to be claws as they snap away at something in their pocket. Doesn't really have pockets, actually.
It's just one big pocket at
It's
the
just
back.
one big
Does it
pocket.
wear overalls, like really wide? Just nervously snapping its claws in its pockets, rooting around for something.
Curly sidles towards the tavern, and you can hear the light sound of bubbling as a crab person moves towards through the mud.
The lanterns outside the tavern cast light into the misty night, and they cast
Isn't that
shadows.
a first level spell? How can the lanterns come?
Matt Wizard did it. So they cast light out into the misty night, and they set off shadows from the six legs.
Yeah, or
Two?
Yeah, maybe six at this
Six
point.
legs?
Yeah, six at this point.
legs.
At this point.
Six, not including arms, right?
Yeah,
six
no,
legs
just
of
six legs.
of Curly.
Was it always 6 legs? How many did you have when you
Sounds like he's-
climbed out of the sea all those years
Keep
ago?
your running tally.
10.
10.
Yeah.
The,
It's like cats' lives.
The time I lost my third leg.
Cat's lives +1.
the shadows of the six legs reach out into the misty night and up the wall of a nearby building, and from the alleyway between them, a figure emerges.
A 4 foot tall figure trudges through the mud. A goblin cleric of Lathander. Not always a cleric. Ragyog, is it Ragyog? Yes, Ragyog's my name. A former tour guide owner, actually. Ghost tours. Very successful. They were actually fairly scary and involved some risk because it involved real undead. And so you just might end up being killed by them. So
Right, have you got like a business card or...
but unfortunately, the clerics came and destroyed the undead and my whole life.
Well, stop pitching the idea then.
Well, I'd still like to set up a franchise. It was.
Well,
I've got
jog on. I'm not
Do you
giving,
have
I'm
any
not
literature?
giving you
I'm
any
quite
handouts,
interested,
mate.
actually.
I have a pamphlet somewhere, but my bag got wet in a puddle that had a crab man in it.
A cranberry?
A crab man.
A crab man?
You all approach the
Is this
door.
included in the franchising opportunity?
I'll get back to you.
You all approach the door of the tavern at the same time, and
Oh, excuse me. Megway, please. Step back. Thank you. Okay. Well, I figured that we were all kind of going.
Yeah,
at the door
everyone
at
like
the
right
exact
at the same time. Walks up to the door.
Excuse me.
I politely stood aside, sir.
Could you please make way for me? I am Dr. Bertrand von Such. Please, thank you.
Well, you seem important, all right.
I am. And opens the door and
He
enters
pushes the
the inn.
door open, and warm light spills out. Inside the tavern walls, the food is hearty. And
Wait,
ale
after
is
you,
warm
strange
and
crab
frothy.
person, you go in before me.
I actually don't know what they sound like.
I turn sideways, old boy. I think straight ahead you won't make it.
The crab.
The door's only so high.
The crab reaches up to its hat, and
Well, good night to you too, sir. And
You missed that in the description.
I forgot about it.
Giacomo touches his simple hat as well in salute.
And the crab moves over towards the door frame and tries to go in front first.
Just as you hit the beams that make up the surround of the door, like a little bit of dust like floats down from the lintel.
Yeah.
And the roof creaks a little.
And then
Here, allow me to give you a hand. And Giacomo grabs the half the crab and spins him 90 degrees and tries to shove him in.
he doffs his hat again.
Stop doffing and start helping.
And moves through the door.
You look like you've never seen dry land before.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I don't believe I have.
That sounds like bullshit to me. Where are you from? I'm Ragyog.
Ah,
Didn't see you there, young goblin man.
Well, that's because I'm a bit shorter than you. What was your name? Yokomo.
Giacomo, Captain Giacomo Cloghart. Pleased to meet you.
Yes, pleasure.
Giacomo's expression and standing is in stark contrast to his attire. It's shabby at best. He's in kind of Joe Blogg's peasant clothes, kind of, I don't know, some sort of culotte, I feel, and stockings maybe, but buckled.
culotte?
They're like a
Yeah, I was
+4, the short trouser thing with the stockings underneath.
yeah.
Right. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Some sort of, jerkin, because that's something that people. That's like a waistcoat.
That sounds
I've
like
heard that
fantasy
before.
apparel.
Billowy shirt has like a bit of a billowy shirt, but it's got patches. It's a bit grubby and stained as well. But he holds himself like a nobleman.
Ragyog stands in studded leather armor with a dirty red tabard with a holy symbol on the front, which is a road traveling towards the sunrise. But they have a little cotton skull cap on with the strings that dangle down past their ears. But everything about Ragyog kind of just droops. They've got big yellow kind of droopy eyes.
That looks religious. What is that?
That's just
Giacomo points to his.
It's just my face.
Points to his crest.
Oh, that's the side of
Not that. That's anything but holy.
that's the side of my god, the Morning Lord, the Thunder.
I love hearing about infidels.
Maybe I'll tell you sometime.
You buy drink or you get the fuck out.
Well, all right, chap.
Are they still at the front door? I'm like,
Chap hasn't even taken his cloak off, and he's already being hassled. Righto. I suppose yes. I'll have a beverage and a table, please.
The burly bartender turns, and as you look past him, you notice that this tap room has only one long table down the middle for seating. He goes, "Only one table. You sit.
Righto. I suppose I'll have that.
Also, one drink, beer."
Well,
hello.
well, that's fine by me. But do you mind if I sit at the head of the table?
You sit where you want.
Okay, that's good.
Do you knock like someone out of the way to?
Sir, Dr. Bertrand. Points at the man at the end.
is the
and
head of
goes,
the table
you,
clear?
Get up. I'm Doctor. Get out of my chair. Get out of my chair.
There's no chair at the head of the table. It's just long benches on either side. So you gotta.
You get on the ground.
I stand around
and
a bit
I will sit on you.
waiting for someone to bring
Get on
you
the
a
ground. Get on the ground, and I will sit on you.
Are you referring
Okay.
to Curly?
Jerry. Jerry comes in and gets down on his
Jerry, come here, Jerry. Come here. Kneel on the ground.
It's Jerry and Franklin.
Oh yes, I get.
Yes,
I get
sir.
the two
I'll
of
be
you.
the back of the chair. Lean back, sir. I'll hold your weight.
Franklin puts his arms up as armrests.
Very good.
Andre, the very large
Did I mention
barkeeper.
They're like
They
they're back to front.
Franklin pulls out
front.
Franklin pulls out a pocket hip flask and like a pop-up goblet and pops it and pours from his hip flask into it for Dr. Such, and puts it down in front of him under a coaster with a coaster. Sorry, with the coaster underneath. With one of those out as well.
Thank you, Jerry.
They're conjoined.
It's Franklin, sir.
They're
Thank you.
conjoined front to back. So Jerry has knelt down, but Franklin is still standing up as the rest of the chair and the armrest.
That looks like it takes extreme
If anyone
core
else
strength.
saw this might be disturbing.
As you set down the pop-up goblet on the coaster, Andre, the very large barman, comes in with 4 dirty-looking tankards filled with beer and looks down at the goblet, and as he puts the tankards down, knocks it off the table onto the ground.
Excuse me, good sir. You seem to have knocked over my beverage there.
This is licensed establishment. Only no BYO.
No BYO. Surely I can pay a charge.
Franklin puts
I've
on
got
his
the money.
knuckle dusters discreetly.
You do not want to cross me. I am Dr. Bertrand von Such. You may have heard of the Such family.
No, I have not heard of such and such. And he looks at the chair from Franklin.
Jerry and Franklin.
Franklin, is it Franklin that puts on his
Knuckle
his
dusters.
knuckle dusters? And Andre cracks huge scarred knuckles in his hands. Thank you for the drawing of the chair, Jack. It's kind of like the human centipede, but
We'll pop that up on our social media at Dash Paper
Oh
Roll.
man, that's a Jack Crosby sketch. Put it up on Patreon.
we'll pop it up, but with no explanation.
Months later, this episode comes out.
Before. No context.
I say, barkeep, says Giacomo from down the bar. Round of drinks for all of my friends, and kind of vaguely waves at everyone.
4 copper.
Mustn't have very many friends.
And Giacomo reaches into his bag and flips him a gold coin.
Oh, very good. Do you want stew?
Have one yourself, young man.
Oh, I always do. Like always, that's all I drink. Do you want stew? I have rabbit
Yeah, one for
stew.
stew too.
Oh, okay. He heads off and opens a door at the back, and some greasy yellow light spills out from a kitchen out the back. Suddenly, the tavern door swings open, framed by lamplit fog. A form strides through the doorway. His heavy booted footfalls and the jingle of coins shatter the silence. I mean, it wasn't silent, but you get it. You get the picture
Quite
anyway.
a lively place this is.
Well, they do it again because the bar's actually quite noisy. So they go
He's like,
out and
comes
they open
back
again.
bashes the door open again, and in the lamplit fog, he strides forward, his colourful clothes marking him out as different. He wears well-cut clothes in a host of bright colours, a green cloak and a red jerkin and yellow pantaloons.
Who's this joker, hey?
He comes in and he's grasping his cloak around him. He shakes off. He's like, "Oh shit, bro! It's fucking chilly out there, man! Oh shit! Oh, bro, it's so cold! Oh fuck! You guys look like adventurers."
Well, yes,
Yeah.
I suppose you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
say that.
I'm here to find my nemesis.
I'm just trying to start ghost tours.
All right. Yeah, shit. My name's Aragul. I think I've been sent for you guys. Let me have a look. I've got a job. My master has... Oh, shit. What happened there? My master has sent me to get some
As he
adventurers.
fumbles for the
Oh, shit.
note
He's
from the
like
master.
looking at the...
Where'd I put it, bro?
Oh,
It's in my
fuck,
pocket.
where is it? It's in here somewhere. Shit. Oh, I fucking always lose this. My mum's gonna fucking kill me.
I've only had the job 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, he's long and gangly, and he's like got a few pimples on his face.
Curly, seeing his discomfort, sidles over and offers a claw and in gesture of handshake
Oh,
and says, "I'm Curly, like the horse."
oh, like the horse? You mean like the badger, right? Curly the fucking badger. He used to dig burrows like a champion. One time he dug a burrow so big it went from the Svalich Hill all the way to Dulford. And then we used to like clamber through that badger's burrow until it collapsed on Jimmy. He's dead now.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty horrid. Yeah.
Not
Actually,
really.
that's a pretty like rough memory, bro, you brought up for me. Anyway, I don't shake hands, only elbows, social distancing, bro. I've got this now. What was your name? Curly like the badger, right? I've got and he starts to shuffle letters. Oh, I've got one here. I've got one for Curly and Baron von such and such. And
Baron von Suchensuch. No, Bertrand von Suchensuch. Jesus Christ, I don't even know my own name.
Sorry, Mr. Suchen, such and such.
Hand it here. Boy, give it.
Here you go.
I mean, gentlemen.
Franklin and Jerry like sidle, like crawl hands and knees over what as like a dragging Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Suchensuch is like scooching his chair closer. Franklin and Jerry are like hopping, scooching themselves.
Which is the one that's over backwards?
That's Jerry.
Jerry.
I've got
and Frank,
which one is
Franklin's like,
oh, me knees. Franklin is at the back. And
fucked up picture.
Franklin cracks his already knuckled hands. Brass knuckled knuckles.
Listen, this is from my boss, the Burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich. It's a family name, Indirovich. That's why it goes second.
Curly takes
Burgermeister. Here, pass this to
Yeah,
me.
he's
Pass this to
from
me.
my home, the land of Barovia,
What was
which
your
is a
name
really
again?
rich town. My name is Aragul.
Aragul. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about before. That was a little bit rude. Hail
I mean, it
the-
was, but I thought I'd just pass it by.
whilst
You
you're
get
doing-
used to it after a while.
No, no, it was wrong. I don't want to be that guy. I'm sorry. About
Whilst
that.
the doctor is reading it out, Curly is underneath, just trying to reach up, but really slowly, like a crab, trying to reach the
The letter.
but
because you're
he
quite
can't.
short.
Yeah, he's
I am sitting down.
still.
Still is. But Aragul's actually quite tall. He's just
Yeah.
reaching over like.
Yeah.
Birdie's just like holding it up like towards the ceiling, out of reach of Curly, and going, hail thee by...
Anyway, I've got to run. I've got other like letters to drop and shit, bro. But here's a gold coin. Oi, Andre. Oi. Here's a gold coin, bro.
Hey!
He throws it at the back door of the room.
Giacomo takes this moment to look down at his fellow goblin, his goblin fellow traveler, and says, "They dress the postman weird in these parts. I like the uniform."
Yes, it's strange, isn't it? And Ragyog munches on a bag of bugs that he keeps for snacks. Would you like one?
Fuck, you're a weird bunch.
Why not, hey? He grabs a handful and stuffs them down his mouth. That hairy.
Has anyone got a passive perception of over 16?
Nope.
Strangely
Where's
no.
my character?
13.
16, did you say? No, I've only got a 12.
Oh, I didn't do perception.
10 plus perception.
Wisdom.
Well, if he's got proficiency in it,
13.
though.
No.
So it's just...
He mutters something under his breath as he walks out of the tavern. Heaps of riches in Barovia, bros. You'll love it. Just head west over the hills into the woods.
Arnold.
I say, did that postman offer me a job?
Arnold,
walks
could you...
out and-
Arnold, come back here!
The door
Arnold-
slams behind him.
Oh, why do people do that to me? Oh, the son of a bitch!
Don't worry, sir. We understand, sir, as Franklin massages his shoulders.
And Jerry massages
Rumbles
my butt.
like a massage chair.
Well, I have to tell you, boys, there's something going on in these parts because I can tell you that there has been some kind of, it seems like vampire business going on. Jerry, stop it. I said stop it. Okay. It seems, yes, that there is for over. What is this? I find it very hard to read cursive. It is.
Allow me, sir.
I am quite an educated man, but me myself. What is this? It's very small. Couldn't they have done it in a bigger font? Jesus Christ! Oh, hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair.
Yes, despair.
My adopted daughters, the fair Irina Koryana, has been these
I believe
past
it's pronounced
nights
Coriolis.
bitten by a vampire.
Yes, a vampire.
Vampire. It's with a Y. It's with a Y, so it's vampire.
I do believe it's pronounced vampire.
Shush. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How's my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Learn?
I've given you the wrong piece of paper.
Are you serious?
Does Aragorn come running back in and go,
Oh no! Bro, give me that piece of paper. Oh, you take this one. Fuck.
I gave you the wrong bit of paper?
Aaron, come back. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, at least this one's in a larger font. It's much. Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy too desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina?
He asks.
Yes, I do believe that.
Franklin! He puts the letter
Yes,
between
sir.
his legs.
Irina, sir. That's Jerry, sir.
Jerry, does that say Irina? Okay, yes, Irina. Irina Kolyana has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from the wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Kolyan Indio, the Burgermeister.
Indirovich.
Indirovich.
A huge peal of thunder rips through the air, shaking the tavern ominously. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh, that seems portentous.
Oh, hey, here we go.
Well read, sir.
Oh, thank you. Didn't struggle at all.
I do say you pronounced your woo very well.
Oh, thank you. What am I looking for? Perception.
That's 8 for me.
That would be a 13 for Dr. Bertrand von Suchitz.
22.
Curly got a 9.
So, Rugyag, I was going to call you. Ragyog, you notice...
What, did you just fucking call me? John Howard.
Oh, okay, it looks like him with the eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
You notice just outside the
Ragyog.
door... Ragyog, you notice...
Shush, Rugrat!
You notice just outside the tavern, Aragorn shakes a metal wobble board to create the Foley effect of thunder and then rides off on his
And I think to myself, amateur, I use that in the ghost tours. That's old technology.
He's also stuffing a letter into an envelope.
Resealing it with just a candle.
He's gonna say he's got a roll of seals, wax seals. He
Peeling them off and licks it.
This has definitely happened before.
Oh, I wonder what that other letter had to say about itself. I wasn't really paying attention.
Rabbit
Could
stew.
be important.
And Andre comes out and drops 4 bowls with large wooden spoons on the table, and each one has a different piece of cooked rabbit face floating on top of the stew, so you know
Face
that it's
just implies like just the skin on the outside.
yes, it's just so you know that it is rabbit in there.
I got the nose with the whiskers.
Oh, just a cute little nose.
Franklin and Jerry can smell it and they start salivating.
It's not for Franklin. And Jerry.
Franklin puts a peg on his nose.
No.
Ragyog feels sorry and tries to stealthily feed you two under the table.
I would like to. I reckon that definitely calls for a sleight of hand, as well as
Franklin would like to shoo him away with their legs, but Jerry controls the legs.
perception. Yeah,
I just end up like shoving the spoon into your
15.
eyeball. I got 5.
5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bertrand von Such with cane in hand, raps at your knuckles and smashes the bowl of rabbit stew to the ground.
Whoa.
None for you, Jerry, or you, Franklin.
Curly seeing
You shouldn't treat your servants like that.
I don't think you have any position to tell me how to live my life.
No, but it's just not very nice. One day they'll rise up and you'll be sorry.
This goblin sounds like a commie.
I know, right?
Oh, good stew there, Ivan man. Cute as a bunny, I've heard, but not tasty as one.
Curly
the fur is the best bit. You got nose, very good.
I like the whiskers.
Curly picks up the bowl and cuts it in half, and shares it. Offers one half to what is it?
Ragyog.
Ragyog.
You could just call me Rag if you can't remember the yog.
Yeah, I'm into that. It sounds demeaning.
Thunder peals across the sky again, shaking the tavern, and rain begins to pound down on the building, like bucket down.
Is that a good place to intro?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Welcome to Dice Paper Roll, Curse of Strahd, as run by Greg Pickering. Welcome to this special edition of a game. We didn't get to do Melbourne Comedy Festival this year, so we decided we'd get together at a very safe 1.5 metres apart and record some fun gaming and try some new characters out. So this is episode 1 of The Curse of Strahd, as played by DPR.
I think you can. Yeah, I think you feel the horror already.
It's super spooky. I mean, when that first letter came,
chills,
I had chills, and then when the second letter came,
The hair on the back.
Wait
of
till
my
you
neck.
get the first letter again. That moment is fucking great. Anyway, you'll enjoy it.
Oh dear.
I'm Jack, and I'm playing Curly, like the horse, a monk.
Jack Kirby Crosby. Everyone.
Crab folk.
Yeah.
there we go.
After
Jack
4
Kirby
years,
Crosby.
ladies and
There we go.
gentlemen.
Been wanting to play Crab Folk since we started doing 5e.
It's true.
Yep.
You finally get to play someone wider than he is tall.
No, this is about as wide as tall.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, exactly.
Exactly.
Just depth-wise, bit smaller. My name is Dan. I am playing Bertrand von... Dr. Bertrand von Such, a half-elf warlock. But no one knows that he's a warlock just yet in terms of metagaming.
But you can know, listener,
You can.
Yeah.
because you're behind the fourth wall.
Welcome
all nice
behind
and
the
safe.
curtain.
Who's behind there?
We don't have a curtain.
It's all wobble boards back here, baby.
All wobble boards and mixed up letters. Come on down.
Come to the dressing room. Oh, behind the curtain.
Oh, this got so creepy so fast.
And moving on.
I'm Ben. I am playing Ragyog, who is a goblin cleric of Lathander. He's small of stature, just like my old character. Used to run ghost tours. I think I said that earlier.
Try to franchise.
He's trying to franchise. He's got a pyramid scheme set up.
I was so close to it before the last one was destroyed. It fucked everything up.
I guess
And that's why he's a commie now.
Not a commie, I'm a cleric of the Fed. Or maybe it's the same thing.
It's about they. Oh fuck! I did it straight up. See, they have been given the vaguest of commands by Lathander to just spread renewal, and
Like
they're not-
real religion.
renewal. Yeah, but they're not. Like,
The vaguest of ideas.
Vaguest of directions.
they're not quite sure what that means.
Kill, don't kill. It's up to you.
it's like a horoscope. It kind of applies to everyone.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
I don't believe in horoscopes. I'm a Gemini. We're skeptical. Okay.
Well, in which case, happy birthday to you. I'm Emil, and I'm playing Giacomo Cloghart, the half-elf paladin, the paladin of Dol Ara, who's in it to find his nemesis, whomever that might be. He's about 5 feet. He's 144 years of age, which for a half-elf is like about 180. So he's pretty old, but he knocked his head about 6 months ago, say, because and he woke up as Giacomo. Before that, he was a pie man. He used to bake pies, sell pies, good pies, Cloghart's pies. You know you've had a Cloghart's if you've had a Cloghart's. And so then he woke up with the knowledge of this god, Dol Ara, and that he must go on a quest of vengeance to find and destroy his nemesis. But he doesn't know who it is yet.
Is it like actually there's like a series of Cloghart's bakeries up and down the Sword Coast that are actually
He can give plenty of franchising
that
advice.
are actually really successful franchises, but you don't know about them.
Yes, but people recognise me as Captain Cloghart.
From the branding.
Yes.
great.
Oh my God, yes.
You have no idea what they're talking about. What did you call me?
Captain Cloghart. Yep, that's me.
And my name is Greg. I am the dungeon master for this adventure, which is, as we said, Curse of Strahd. So,
I'm going to take a quick piss. Do you guys want to do a Patreon bit?
yeah, sure, Emil. You don't want to take your microphone with you?
No, that's extra.
That's extra. That's the top tier Patreon. And these are just some of the benefits that you can earn by being a patron of our podcast. So you can find us on www.patreon.com/dicepaperroll. We have a number of different tiers which gain you a bunch of different benefits, none of which I can remember right now. But an interesting...
Well, specifically, if you're listening to this, you know at least one of them, which is first access to this podcast, which you're currently listening to.
Yeah, early access, bonus material as well.
We recorded a character creation session before we started this one up, which is up on Patreon, so you can check out some of the ludicrousness that went on involved in creating these guys.
Also, my character being a warlock, I need a patron. And so therefore, if you sign up to Patreon, you can be the patrons of my Patreon patron. And tell me the things that need to be done. So I'll, send in ideas to Grego and we'll work that into the story somehow.
Yeah, fantastic. Patrons, just send in the most fucked up shit you can. For
Dr.
Dan's
Bertrand
character.
will do it. He has no limit.
He will debase himself for you.
No
For your $1 a
standards.
month, he will do the horriblest things.
Dr. Bertram don't care.
No, I'm in it for the money.
If you don't have enough.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want money, there's always more money.
He's just not very liquid at the moment, maybe. Bertrand just has been suits and suits. Like retainers cost money to keep, manners and
Yeah.
stuff. It's not very liquid.
Franklin and Jerry haven't had their wages in a fairly long time.
Well,
It's more just habit at this point.
until
Where
this
else would they go?
episode started, I didn't even know that I had a conjoined twin
Manservant.
butler manservant. But it turns out I do, and that shit costs money, people. Money. I'm talking about them coppers, them silvers, those goldens, those dragons.
Yeah, if you want to keep Jerry and Franklin in Bisque with enough food to eat, then you've got to subscribe to Patreon. To fund-
Otherwise, they
fund
will
to buy
die
the
by
Patreon.
the end of this episode.
If we don't get 5 subscribers, Jerry and Franklin are done.
Right now. Right now.
Oh, they won't last the full episode. So Andre walks over to the table in the rain.
I think we should take a quick pause before and then record a little bit more.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Great, love it.
So welcome to the intro at the end of the episode. I hope you liked it.
Some people do
Trying
it.
to do things differently. You know? Flip it on its
Well, it's
head.
only 45 minutes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I think I just.
Is that going to be an ep?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's
Why not?
Some people do it at the beginning.
If it's,
Some people
we're
do it at the
doing a
end.
different thing, lo-fi. Fuck it, we do a 45-minute ep. It doesn't have to be a big thing.
Well, we could do another
That was kind of dissection included as well, sort
Yeah.
of.
That was good, actually. Just leave it. 45 is
I
fine.
think we can play more.
And then I think, I can kind of see the merit in it. Because it feels weird to then kind of jump back into it.
Good.
They're
Is this
getting
the end
all
of the episode? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? This is the end of the episode.
been doing
Should we do
this for
another
3
thing?
years.
Yeah, we don't know.
Usually they put in a
a.
music break.
Fucking professional as shit, motherfucker.
Normally we put the best bit at the end of the episode, like an end tag, but I guess the best bit was this. But it wasn't that good, so I don't know.
Yeah, the first 2 seasons were tight. But the second and, the third, it was a bit...
Technically the 4th season.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the third.
Yeah, they released Raw, and it was fucking all downhill from there.
Unless,
A race to the bottom, that's for
Grego,
sure.
there's a particular kind of thing that will work
Serve as
really
a
well,
good
or
image.
does it work better to start afresh and then
Well,
go?
we've done it now.
regardless, you need to do an edit now, so there's no point. I think
No, we
that's
don't. That was perfect.
Yep. Great. Awesome.
I think perfect's a strong word.
And it's true. I thought we said there wasn't going to be any editing.